homestand?
Productive. Yeah, I thought it was. We played pretty good hockey. Like there was that one game in there, Pittsburgh, that I didn't love, but I liked the way we responded from that. And like tonight was far from a perfect game, but we stuck with it again and did a nice job suppressing scoring chances when we needed the big save. When we gave something up, it was a pretty good chance. And Wedge was awesome in net again. And I'm liking what I'm seeing from our group. We had a little bit of everything in the game tonight, even though it was pretty sloppy. You know, big 5-on-3 kill. It's one of Coyle's strengths, and he was out there twice on it. And so we're starting to get those new guys integrated a little bit. But it was good growth over the homestand.
Now we've talked a lot about MacKinnon last couple games too, not just his 1,000th career point.
Yeah.
What's a moment like that mean for you to be a part of?
Oh, we celebrated it twice. It was so good. Yeah. No, our guy. Well, you can tell the excitement from our guys. You know, like, yeah. I mean, they all pour out once and then got to do it again. It was good to see him get it tonight, especially after the first one was called off. But I think it's big. Like, I think he'll downplay it, you know, as he always does. But I think, like, when it's all said and done for him, you know, like, he'll remember these milestones and appreciate it more than he does now because he's so focused by the moment. You know, it's not a big deal to him now. But I think when it's all done and he gets a little older and starts looking back on his career and other people look back on his career, they're going to be big moments.
Did you encourage them to go out again?
No, they do it. They did that on their own. Yeah. Yeah, well, they were going to celebrate with him one way or another, and it was good to see him get it done and out of the way. Obviously, our team got a little boost from that because we answered with a couple goals following that. But it was good to come out and finally put one in because we had some really good chances too, even though they were a little fewer and farther between. It felt like we had lots of like rush attacks that we didn't quite execute on. Guys were complaining about the ice a little bit tonight and said it was pretty rough and and our execution was struggling a little bit at times, especially when it came to like the last little bit of it to create, real quality scoring chances. So it was good to get the win though and finish the road trip off right. And now we got a quick turnaround going to Mini.
You guys get all these guys back from injury. You had all these guys at the trade deadline, but 31 goals during the homestand. MacKinnon still has 15 points. Like, you want to spread the wealth, but he still does his thing. Like, how does he do that?
Well, I mean, we know how he does it. I mean, it's the same thing he's been doing for years here. But it's also he's over the course of the homestand, I think he's probably done it in less time on ice. The power play's been really good, so that always helps. But if you look at the scoring chances at the end of the night when you break them down, it just seems like 50% of the scoring chances that we get have a 29, either like primary setup guy or getting it himself or the secondary setup guy, right? So 8 and 29 tend to show up on that sheet for chances for more than anybody else. So eventually they're going to get rewarded if they keep, producing chances like that.
Go ahead.
You mentioned execution and just kind of missing a couple of times early. Is that as simple? Is that the simple explanation for what changed in the third? Or did you feel like anything flipped in terms of tempo or anything like that?
We didn't have the pace to our game with the skating or the puck movement as we did the other day. That's for sure. But I think just looking at it, I don't think a lot changed in the third. We just capitalized on some chances. The simplicity of the first goal, I loved it because I felt like we could have done that a little bit more throughout the course of the game. Like 3 of our better chances through the first 2 periods came from point shots and deflections, and there was a rebound opportunity from MacKinnon on the back door. So I wanted to see us do that a little bit more. I think we could have used the low to high and shoot it a little bit more and test them at the net. We seemed to have a little bit of time, and we were trying to feed the puck around a little bit. But I thought Chicago had great sticks. Like, they have some big, long defensemen that are hovering around the net all the time, and they got their sticks on a lot of pucks, whether we had them in the slot or whether we were passing them in the slot, and we just couldn't, we just weren't crisp enough, but they had something to do with it for sure.
And for a few more, go ahead, Corey.
On the day that Scott Wedgwood got here, I think, in his first interview, he said, I'm good in the room and I'm gonna battle out there. Like, that's his, like,
Yeah.
MO. It felt like tonight was a battle, like he's kicking pucks away.
Yeah. No, I thought, he was fantastic. Like, that's two really good games from Wedge now, right? Like, so I loved his, like, his first handful of games, he looked like a seasoned veteran starter, like he was unbeatable. Like, I remember us being in Jersey and whatnot, and he gets all those big wins when we needed him most, trying to dig out of a hole. And then, I would say he played some games that were just so-so for a while. But coming out of the break here, he's been fantastic, and that's what we need. We got a goalie that can win every single night for us, or giving us a chance to win every single night, and it gives you, a better opportunity to win on nights like this when you're not perfect with the puck.
Jesse.
Coach, I know Nate was here a few years before you, but his game kind of went to another level after you arrived. You guys have been through a lot. Just seeing him at that milestone, what does it mean for you and your relationship with Nate? What does that mean?
Well, I'm proud of him. I'm really proud of him, because you see players grow and change and in so many different ways, and like when you're around him every day, you don't really notice. It's like you have a baby and you're there every day, and it doesn't seem like they're changing much, and then you leave for a week and all of a sudden they're like completely different, right? And it's so. But like year over year, when I look back at like what he's done and the milestones he's hit and the production that's come along with it, his growth on the defensive side of it, in 2022, like he was in the playoffs. I just remember him defensively. He just couldn't create scoring chances against him, and he was still putting up a ton of points. And what mattered most to him was, that's what I love about Nate. That's why he downplays all this, because I think a lot of it deep down, he really doesn't care. He just wants to win, and that's what drives him. And I think that's the way to be, because it's not about him; it's about our team. And so deep down, that's the type of leader he is, and he drives the standard. Like over the years, he expects more and more from our team, from our coaches, from our management, from everybody involved, because he's given it everything he has. So, and I think that's how you win championships. The more guys you have that sort of have that outlook, the better chance you're going to have to win.
It came up huge tonight, especially on the 5-on-3 with seeing new players getting reps, to include Eric Johnson. What can you say about how some of those new guys stepped up?
Yeah, they were great, and so that's kind of what I was talking about this morning. Like some of their strengths that we didn't use them to last game, because we're still getting them. Like they got some reps this morning in practice. They were able to sit down with Prater. And I want to keep everybody involved. Like you've probably noticed over this homestand, when we've got the depth, like MacKinnon and Val are seeing a little less PK time because they're playing a lot 5-on-5, and they're both playing power play. So I like Kelly, OC, they've been fantastic on the penalty kill all year. Same thing with Jack and Kivy. But some of the strengths of Brock Nelson, Coyle, etc. EJ now joining the group, some of their strengths are on the penalty kill. So we want to make sure we got all kinds of options, and it really helps to have those centermen. Like Jack's a really good draw guy on left and right. Now we've got Coyle on the right. So, and one of Coyle's strengths is the 4-on-3 and 5-on-3. Like he learned from the best in Bergeron in Boston. And Prater recognized, like on his video and going through his stuff, that he's the guy to use. He would be our best guy in those situations if we could get him out there, and he proved that tonight.